What's up, my loves? It's Ashley back again with another video. As you guys can see, I got my natural hair out, so it is time for another hair tutorial. So I'm currently recovering from postpartum alopecia. My little one turned 4 months in January and literally all of my hair came out. I don't know how. It's doing pretty decent considering I literally was bald around the hairline. Clumps of hair was coming out in the shower. Literally had to get Drano twice to, combat that drain. But it's slowly but surely coming back. I did a lazy protective style this time around for under my wig. 2 cornrows, kind of pinned it up really easily, and this is going to work for me. If you guys want to see a dedicated video on how I protect my hair like really flat, let me know. So this one comes courtesy of RPGHair. You guys just seen the packaging and all the free goodies that came with it. This is a 12-inch bob, and as you guys can see, the knots are already bleached. Off camera, I did go ahead and co-wash this wig. I actually co-washed it about a week ago, so it took me a while to get to the actual video. This is the hairline. It is pre-plucked. You really can't tell off the bat, but I'm going to show you how I easily make it a little bit easier to show. Easily make it easy. But as you guys can see, I'm going to take my electric hot comb and I just kind of press out the hairline a little bit. No product is needed. Sometimes I'll use like a little bit of my shapers or any kind of holding spray so you can kind of press it out really good. But I just kind of want to make the hairline prominent and see exactly what I have in the front to know if I want to go ahead and pluck out the hairline. So typically you definitely want to open up that parting and thin it out just a little bit to make it look a lot more natural, but I'm not going to do any plucking. And as you guys can see, once you press it out, it made a huge difference. Now you have the potential to make this wig look like it's coming out of your scalp without even tweezing. So this is the next step, and this is just a little bit of a trick. We're gonna tint the lace using what we already have. So most of us already have a foundation that is our skin tone. If you don't, you may have a concealer or a powder or a bronzer or something that is similar to your complexion. Use that in the inside of the lace before you put the wig on and install it, and you kind of just buff that in. Typically I would do this just along the hairline, just because the parting of the hairline don't necessarily need to be the same color always. So I would put the lace tint or foundation at the hairline. Sometimes I'll put it along the whole wig, sometimes I'll put it in the parting. Today we just did it only at the hairline. I put the wig on, and then if needed, I will add a powder or a concealer along the parting once the wig is installed. So this is what the wig looks like installed. I did do the install in baby hair off camera. You guys have seen me do this a ton of times, so I will do it the next time. TikTok is taking over at my house, guys, but you guys have seen me do this a ton of times, so I kind of went ahead and skipped this step for the camera. We're gonna go right into straightening out the bob. Now obviously it's a Yaki straight bob. It's 12 inches, 150% density, but we want to get it silky pressed, silky straight. We want to look like we're coming straight out of the salon. So I did do literally one of the most important steps, and that is add a heat protectant. I do have the one I used linked in the description box. You guys can share with me your favorite heat protectant, because I am on the hunt for my holy grail one. I just use whatever I have at the moment, and this one so far has worked great for me. I'm also going to use my hot comb, or this is not a hot comb, a flat iron, on the highest setting. This is not my natural hair, and I feel like for the first press you really want to press it hard and get it silky and straight, and from here you'll be able to maintain the hair on a lighter setting, like 450, 400 at the 450 at the hottest. This time around I think this one was at like 465 or 480. If I did not mention, this one is 12 inches in length, 150% density. We are using the chase method, where you just go in with your rat tail comb and you kind of chase the comb with the flat iron. This makes sure each strand of hair is super straight and in the line of the hot comb or flat iron, so that it comes out super bone straight, silky, and it has like a nice sheen, and it just looks so bouncy and healthy. We're gonna go through the whole head, and then I'll meet you guys about 7 minutes 15 seconds in this video when we are done straightening out the hair, and then we'll move on to the rest of the styling. Okay, so I only did one side on camera, but you guys can see we are done and it looks super good. For comparison, the left side is where we started and this is where we finished. The hair is absolutely beautiful. I love how the Yaki texture peeks through just enough so that it has that nice natural feel, but it also gives you a little bit of silky when you press it really good. And as you guys can see, even at the start, it already had like a nice bounce and sheen to it. We just made it look super fly. Off camera, I went ahead and pinned the hair back with these little pins. I love these because they don't leave a crimp in the hair, and I'll try to remember to leave them in the description box, but these are perfect for when you pull your hair back to do your makeup and you don't want your hair to be like crimped, you know, from the regular bobby pins or duckbill clips or whatever you use. I did do my makeup off camera so that I could slay even better. Now I'm going to work on the top. I feel like after you go ahead and straighten the hair out, you got to bring it all together with like the crown of the head. And I did get a crimp on the left side of the hair, and it's killing me because you guys know when you're pressing your hair and you accidentally crimp it, it takes everything to get that little crimp out. No matter what you do, it's like it's stuck there. So we are going to use the electric hot comb, but we did use a little bit of a wax and even a holding spray just to make everything look like we are slaying for the gods and we are ready to go to the Grammys, the BET Awards, whatever award show is coming up, whenever outside opens up, we are ready with this one. And as you guys can see, I'm going to also use a little bit of hairspray along the hairline. Now get a good look at what the hairline looks now, and then kind of pay attention to how much more melted, how much more coming out of the scalp it's going to look through this process. Now it does probably seem like I am doing a lot of heat passes between the length of the hair and even like the top of the head, but look how much different that looks. If I would have done just one heat pass, I would not have gotten this look. Now look again on the side, holding spray, work it in, brush the hair in the direction that you want it to go. Now just watch the transformation. Can you guys see how smooth the hairline is starting to look? Literally looks like it's coming out of the scalp. It's all about patience when it comes to installs. Sometimes you'll flat iron the hair and you'll come back and you do another step and you realize you have to do it again. So a lot of the steps may be repetitive. Again, I did do the baby hair off camera, but you guys can see I'm just gonna go back in and touch it up. I kind of like it to look a little bit messy and kind of go in different directions so that it just doesn't look too perfect and uniform. Now that we are done, I kind of realized I should have thinned out the sideburns a lot more for a more natural feel. So that's the great thing. They're not overdone by doing it off bat, but because we can see after we install what we can fix, I can go back now and thin out the hairline even more. Now we are done and you guys can see how much body and bounce. Listen, when they say we are ready for outside again, I am ready with this one. I also went back off camera after everything was done and kind of just bumped the ends a little bit so that everything was like kind of bumped perfectly for this bob. And as you guys can see, it gives you asymmetrical vibes when it's on. Be sure to bump and smooth out the back of the hair just as much, and literally we are good to go. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I always stand for a long bob on me. I think it complements me so well and looks so beautiful. Now one thing I did forget to do is add like a powder or a concealer to the hairline. So I did go back with my contour powder and I did buff it in. Now this is one of the things. This is my go-to powder and I use it on most of my wigs. But every wig, every lace is not created the same. Because I put that foundation underneath before I started and now I'm putting this contour powder at the very end, it is a little bit dark. You guys know I always say this darker powder works great for me, but this is one of those cases where it was a little bit too dark. In the end, it worked out just fine. You can also add a concealer to the parting to make everything look perfect, but I just kind of kept it as is and now we are good to go. So let me know what you guys think of this one. Again, she came from RPGHair. I have everything I use linked in the description box as well as a link to the wig itself. Also, don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, turn on your post notifications, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!